When do you reckon somebody's going to publish an official article saying it's not balanced 3.0 and everyone's going to say yes it is? Because it is. And when are we ever wrong? When are we, the masses, the working class, ever wrong? I think YouTube is. Yes, YouTube is working. Thank you, YouTube. Let's put Twitch chat there. So, in terms of what's been... Hello, windowed mode, how are we? In terms of what's been buffed or not, I want to try out the basic M1 Abrams. I haven't really seen anyone take it into a battle, and I think it's... Hi, Rums Buns, how are you? I haven't really seen anybody do anything with that. Let me just be a complete scrub-a-ding-dong and... Right, just as a reminder, actually, how is my stalker anyway? Check stalker, clickety clack, stalker. I should probably start favoriting vehicles, but I just like looking at the massive lineup. Is that the problem with? I think I'm actually stupid. Let me check modifications. Thank you. So 75 out of 100, 75 out of 200. I think the improved radar launcher is probably going to be the best idea. The improved missile launcher. Aside from that, what do we have? Diamond rep boost. Yeah, shove it there, innit? M1 Abrams. M1 is there. So, looking at this thing's armor model, there is a certain bit of angling. I mean, look at that. That's tiny. And if you go hold down, I mean, what exactly is gonna pen you? Like, don't know. So anyway, Douglas O'Reilly up 5.9 second reload, which is frankly quite funny. Let's see how this goes. In terms of videos, I'm hoping to put out review content on some of the new lines. I want to review these AQ-1915, the Chinese light tank thing, which is basically the best tier 9 spotter now, as well as the T2 Stalker. Simply because I think it's neat. Oh fuck it, let me refresh this shit. Okay, let's put you up. Go away, YouTube. So, yes. So, anyway, looking at this thing's armor model, let's do this versus the biggest penetrating guns in tier 6, which is going to be the Castep slash the ZBL. They have such annoying names. There you go, 120mm AP rounds. Basically, the 120mm AP rounds don't change much, except for So that's going to have to be angled. Okay, well, the 120mm rounds don't actually change anything. Okay. PvP has, I think it's 800? No, 600. So going at an angle like this is probably going to be the best one. I mean, guiding the missile launcher on a moving target there, like, good luck, mate. And then lastly, we want the... Dear God, that's a lot of vehicles. First is 30mm rounds. It's not a bad armor model, actually. I mean, from this angle... Fucking Christ, that. It's terrible. So basically, you have to get all the way up to the ZBL and the Castet to actually really penetrate this thing. I don't think that's exactly... I mean, I'm going to say this might actually have a better armor model than the T-72B, simply because this actually has the rate of fire to go along with it. But okay, of course we've got fucking chemical. Okay, we've got chemical plant, and I'm actually the only rebuff vehicle here. So if I go hold down, theoretically doing bench per accent, but I should actually be like almost immune to these guys, because you know, billets. Also, I have a hat. Very snazzy. I have the snazziest hat. $32.10 hat. No HE though, but what the fuck is that hat? Flavio, do you... Come on, Flavio, do you not like my fox hat? It's got little ears, look. It's a good hat. Right, so go hold down and basically just massacre everything, okay. This armor scheme looked better in theory, I'm gonna have to say. Also, why is the gun all the way up? Moderated message? No, I saw it, Flavio. I saw it. Where are they? Bonk. Oop. They hit us hard. Damn, turret's down. Oh, turret ring. Turret's clear. T-74, T-64 if they're actually. See if I can get rid of this AMX-40 and buff. Really? Is there anyone else? Isn't there supposed to be like a sniper around here or something? Identified. Spidooted. Let me just... Bye-bye. See if I can go for the T-64 next. I don't know what the fuck these guys are spotting, but they need to go over there and support them. I can pretty much kill this flank on my own. I do, however, need to see where the T-64 is. Once he's over there, I can pretty much just kill this map. 1. 2. Really? Yeah, these bunch of Muppets have lost already. Alright, let's go and fuck over this T-64 then. Bye, buddy. Hello there. Meow.
Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, how's the pain going?
Very painful. He disconnected!
So this guy is trying to do a channel run in War Thunder while facing 64 players in Swordfishes.
Okay.
I think he's fucked.
Yeah, just a bit. This music is giving me anxiety.
I thought the game already did that.
The game's trying to give me anxiety, let me just... Weasel. Hello there. Really? He's not the smartest weasel in the world, is he? Bonk. You know, I'll take a hit from the LAV and kill the weasel. Sorted.
Roll of Tanks just showed off their new well-deserved reward for their current Battle Royale thing they're doing.
Nice.
And it's the Aufklärenspanzer Panther.
Very nice. I'm gonna get rushed by that bagel. Bagel, bagel, bagel. Lol.
And for some reason it's tier 7.
Nice. See if I can fuck over this bagel.
Identified.
Ooh, hi bagel.
Identify target.
Hi Vibo.
Loader, Sabo.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Identified.
Do they even know I'm here? Where's the bagel? Hey bagel. Just saying, I think the new armor model changes for the M1A1 making it ridiculous may have been a tad excessive.
Bad idea.
Yeah, Flavio, I can... We've won this. The Stingray's gonna go behind me. I think. He's probably coming up there, actually. I'd like to load Hep, but Hep is notorious for being fucky, so... Whatevs. Oh well, at least we have a... highlight.
Identified.
There he is. Hello.
Target eliminated.
Didn't even break a sweat, eh? The Abrams line has been successfully rebalanced. Yeah, about that, mate.
What is balance?
I just had missiles and cannon fire just bounce off the front. 8,265 damage. Oh yes, the rebalancing was real. Very real.
I have just won the Battle of Gettysburg as the Union,
Nice.
which wasn't that hard. I think the hardest part was the beach orchard. Mainly just because your forces are so out of place.
Yeah, the enemy was successfully rebalanced in that one.
Yo,
Hello.
Hello.
you alright?
I mean, I literally just had almost a 9k damage game in my M1 Abrams, and it was actually
Nice.
incredibly easy because something about only the lower plate being penetrable.
Well, this election's going well, isn't it?
I mean, have they even figured out?
No. Well, I got quite happy earlier when Biden got ahead in Pennsylvania. So.
Virginia has been called. Pennsylvania is 98%.
Yeah, but they're counting them at like stupid slow.
Georgia is less than 2,000 votes between them, and Nevada
They're
is
gonna have a recount at Georgia, I bet.
yeah.
Can't we just get the count to do all the counting?
I know. I'm annoyed at these morons going stop the count. If you stop the count, Biden wins. I mean, I'm not like top on it, but I'm pretty sure if he wins Pennsylvania, doesn't he like win the whole thing? He doesn't need any others. Pretty sure that's why I had someone. You know, I'm not American, so I have no idea how your elections work.
Oh, well, neither of us are, so we don't know either.
No, we don't.
No.
We don't know. We just
Like,
look at
I
the
just-
awareness and it's like, okay.
Since your man-child of a current president is going fraud every 5 seconds.
But Jeff is Belgium.
Oh, I thought he's.
Jeff, you're American now. How's it feel?
I honestly just thought because the sound of his accent. Clearly,
Okay, so my Belgian accent sounds very American. Good to know.
Yeah, there we go.
You're saying you sound like my uncle and he's American.
That is incredibly unflattering.
I'm quite stupid.
No,
so I'm-
no, actually, it's really flattering because that means my English is as good as that of a native speaker.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd never exactly say that native speakers have particularly good English, to be honest.
Yes. Some native English speakers do not have good English.
They do not have good English. Kind of does, not good enough. Flavio, you are cancelled for saying that. But yeah, like the I do not get why they were like, yeah, sure, let's just. I mean, I think they're supposed to be wanting to like rebalance tier 4 to 6 as well in the shape of all the others, which means that I don't really know.
At least the game will be consistent.
At least the
in it
game
being
will be
shit.
consistently shit. Yes.
I haven't played Modern Warfare in like months. Has it got really that bad?
Yes.
It hasn't gotten better in the first place.
Also, this Abrams model is actually, why is my nose so fucking itchy? Is actually easier than the others. Well, it's faster than the others. Let me see if I can just straight up just rush in this thing. I bet you the moment Panzer figures out that the M1 Abrams is fucking ridiculous, they're gonna go.
Oh, Jeff, I've been on the dev server, I think it's called. You can install it on your War Thunder launcher. It's actually quite fun.
Identify target.
You have to get new controls for doing the VTOL on the Harrier, but it's
Spotted.
Loader, heat.
No, I've
Leopard.
already seen everything on the dev server.
But
Honestly, outside of the Harrier, there is nothing
that
really
little Italian,
interesting.
yeah, I like that little Italian tank they've got, where it's called. It looks like a squashed P40, or it's called.
No idea what it actually is.
I don't know.
oh man,
and
this is
knowing
just kicking
Italian
puppies.
name anyway.
This is just kicking fucking puppies.
And knowing Italian armor history, it probably didn't exist in the first place.
So Leo over there. And VBL. Hi VBL. Yeah, wow. The fact that I know that I'm frontally immune to most of the enemy team, yeah, this is giving me 2017 vibes. Pretty, I missed him. Oh, boy, the fucking leopard bounced off me. How do you bounce off the sidearm of an MBT? Anyway, provided those idiots are going to be able to move up, I think I should be able to win this. Mr. Leopard still down there.
Oh yeah, the Leopard 2A6 in War Thunder just old pens and everything.
Well, it does so when you're alive as well.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's got the, I think it's DM53, I'm pretty sure it's called.
And it does it in a fossil fuel friendly manner because it doesn't use depleted uranium. Now that's what I call the free market.
No, it's DM53 on the currently best tank cannon in the world. At
Yeah.
least that is in mass production.
Which is why, because everyone's copying it, you know, it's when the L7 came out, everyone was like,
Yeah. Everyone just license-produced L7s.
you know, then they stuck it on everything from armoured cars to like M113s. But you could actually imagine that on an M113.
It's on literally
L7.
everything. I dig
They
it.
put it on a bagel panzer.
Yeah. As if the normal bagel panzer.
Bagel Panzer. Oh, I tell you what, the best thing about this is that VBL Pele's don't work, and it's just fun watching the people who normally rely on them to like Seal Club do absolutely fuck all.
What, the one with the autocannon?
Yeah, the one that the one that the Seal Clubs have been using for years.
Pointing now, it's the only vehicle I have fun in. I don't just Seal Club, I just go around
Climb up.
harassing everyone.
OT80. Where is he? There he is. Fine.
I mean, it's fun in a VBL.
I think my nose is itchy when I'm Seal Clubbing.
T80 where you're to shoot you.
Oh my god. Oh, I tell you what, this is like when I had the MGM, and it was obscenely broken, but using it to just fuck over people who relied on other vehicles to Seal Club was wonderful. Right, where's the VBL gone? No clue. Oh, there he is. The VBL is fast, but the Abrams is faster. Nose itching is refusal, you don't enjoy it. Well, I mean, unlike some people in the game, I'm not a Seal Clubbing piece of shit, so it's kind of hard to enjoy Seal Club Arena in. Also, we're now searching for Leopard. He's probably just run off somewhere. Oh, he's over. But yeah, like, unlike some players in clans who just pad their stats all day, I've got what, 5k games in PvP, and I don't have more than 200 in any vehicle. I like my variety. I like being able to play everything. But yeah, this match is more of a showcase in how that when you know that your vehicle is broken, you can do things you normally wouldn't do. If I tried that in a TADB or a 2AV, I would have been absolutely shreked. But in an Abrams especially, or the T72, so much easier.
So I'm playing Ultimate General Civil War as the Union, and for some reason, after equipping like 60,000 men, like 60,000 infantry, and 1,200 cannons, I still have $3 million US left and 142,000 people in reserve. I don't get how people lose this game playing as the Union.
Raisins. I mean, it's good to know that at least among the other broken vehicles, there is also the Scorpion Castet.
Isn't that the... I forgot. Vehicles I've never seen.
It's the
I know
Ukrainian.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah. Well, the Ukrainians always... Even though the most of them are just Russian.
Yep.
Looks at the upload never going into production.
I mean, it's probably cheaper to just upgrade a T-72 than it is to build another tank.
They can build the
Some
uploads.
of the Indians haven't
they
figured out
can't
yet.
pay for it.
Mm-hmm. Actually, now think about it. My Scorpion Castet review is quite
I
old.
do like it when they include tanks from like smaller nations that are not really known for building.
Ukraine is a small... what? Ah, yes.
That are not
In terms
known
of...
for building
In terms of small nations, let's go to Ukraine, which is the biggest country on a fucking continent. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. No, Ukraine is not.
What's
really
it small
known for
compared to
building
Switzerland, Russia?
tanks. Like, everything's small compared
Like
to
Switzerland
Russia
is known
Russia
more
bigger
for
than the
building
moon.
tanks.
If you rolled Russia into a ball, it'd be bigger than Pluto. So,
Well, Pluto is an asteroid.
Yeah, it's a dwarf planet.
it's a dwarf.
Nemo.
asteroid.
Nemo,
It'd
Nemo.
have to be much smaller
Nemo.
if it was an asteroid.
The only reason it's not called an asteroid is because it's the only planet discovered by an American.
I think I know why my nose is itchy. It's because I have, like, the top of my coffee lid is, like, keeps hitting my nose when I drink from my coffee. This is, like, first world problems right here.
Well done.
Yes. But yeah, for real, like, if I could take the T-72B, the Strela, and the M1 Abrams out of Tier 6, and the BVP and the Castet out of Tier 6, Tier 6 would actually be really fun. I mean, this is equally as broken as the Abrams, but it's not as, like, face smash broken. Like, the Abrams and on T-72...
You can't be dumb in it.
Yes, you can't be dumb in it, and I think it's what a lot of people don't see. When they think overpowered, they think of something only the Unicums, the purples, can be good at. Like, you have to at least have some amount of basic cognition and intelligence to be able to use a Castet effectively. You can't just, like, face roll people in it, but you can face roll people in an Abrams or a T-72B because they have a
that's why
ridiculous
they're
amount of ammo.
overpowered.
Yeah, that's why they're overpowered.
It's that you don't have to think while playing them. Same with the Chieftain in World of Tanks.
Yeah.
Yes, only the good players have them, but their stats are so ridiculous that even a brain-dead chimpanzee can play it and dominate.
Penetrated.
God damn gun depression. By Stingray. Those are still... Fucking hello.
You know what? I'm not bothered by them selling like tanks for money, but the stupid crate things they do.
Crates!
Like on What a Tanks Blitz, the mobile version, you have basically login crates you get like every few days.
Didn't they
And you
introduce
log them
this
in and
ridiculous
you
missile
could-
launcher?
You could get an IS-6 in this crate, and I opened like 50 of them and went, I got nothing. But money.
I got nothing except depression.
My friend got an IS-6 and a Premium Centurion like twice in like one
Fuck.
after the other.
Woo!
And I was like,
Hold up. Whoa. Really? Where?
Get him to open your crates.
Yep, nose is still itching. My nose is telling me that I'm seal clubbing, and I shouldn't be doing this.
They
Yeah.
added the tank. There
Armor.
was always the Halloween events that drove me off.
Is this because I have my fox hat on, and my fox hat is telepathically communicated with my nose, and it's twitching?
Yeah. This is clearly all a conspiracy.
This is a conspiracy.
Yeah.
This is conspiracy level. Like, right now.
Area 51's making your nose itch with the 5G.
Nemo, how old are you?
I am 18.
What the f-
I
How the fuck am I still
Because
spotted
she's going
anyway?
to be saying something so disturbing that you have to be an adult.
When you were doing
not for it to
science,
break
how
the
many of your
heart.
teachers still believe that
I'm
Pluto is a
honestly-
planet? When you were doing science in secondary school, how many of your teachers, how many of your science teachers believe that Pluto is a planet?
As far as I remember, none of them. We didn't really cover the planets in secondary school. In primary school, we did.
Oh, we covered the planets in secondary school. It was fun.
I
Well done,
we
because that's what the book said.
I think we might have covered them in physics, but my physics teacher was so boring. I
Most physics teachers were a bunch of fucking cretins. It all comes down to physics.
I can remember the entire periodic table, but I can't remember anything of physics.
I can't even remember the periodic table.
No, I just have that song in my head.
I didn't learn any songs.
All of my teachers told me that Pluto was a planet because that was what at the time was in the book.
Yes. And I remember I had a teacher called Mr. Gray who was vehemently opposed to the concept of Pluto not being a planet, and he would like rage about it. He'd go, "Pluto is a planet!"
The only reason Pluto was designated as a planet in the first place is because it was the only planet discovered by America. And they couldn't really go, oh look, we found this asteroid, when they could go, oh look, we found a planet.
Oh boy. I think the leopard might rush me.
We found the sun's 9th child that it forgot about.
Identify target.
Kind of apt for a knife child now you think about it.
I know people who think the sun is a planet, and I'm like, sitting there.
Stab them.
You. No, I won't go that far. No.
Eh. God, fuck. How does a Merc 2B balance on the caster?
I have no idea.
Probably hit the tracks at a stupid angle or something.
No, he just hit the turret. I mean,
Maybe a fucked up hitbox on the turret.
see, and this is one of the best parts about the caster is that my nose is fucking
Ukrainian
going nuts
player?
right now. Ukrainian strong.
Ukrainian bias. You've heard of Russian bias. They've heard of Ukrainian bias.
I think I should be. Oh no, I can't. The leopard's gonna go for me.
Before ships, have you heard of American bias?
I know. World of Warships is French bias. Like the French cruisers are fucking nuts.
I
Yeah.
I have the.
They are stupid.
I started grinding the Italian cruisers in the European destroyer.
Oh shit, BBP. Ooh. I think he's AFK. Yeah, he's AFK.
I'm not
Oh, well.
really a destroyer person.
I know. The only thing I've noticed is that the Friesland doesn't have torpedoes.
Yeah, because the Dutch...
Because it's a tier 9 free experience premium. Pretty sure. It doesn't have torpedoes. But it has a stupid.
Oh my god, that light hit me.
I think it has like a 1 second reload on the gun, so you can basically just spam.
Yeah, I hate guns that basically are just machine guns. Like
if
so
I
annoying.
didn't know the Friesland, if I was in like a tier 9 battleship and I saw a Friesland come alongside, I'd go, here we go, torpedoes incoming, and I was, oh, it's a Friesland.
oh.
I'm safe.
Well, the thing is, you still be shitting yourself because like any destroyer that comes near you, you automatically start hammering that panic button like it's your pregnancy.
Yeah. Spam Q and E. That's what I do to avoid torpedoes.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Of course, the Iron Duke takes like 10 years to turn.
Did the XM1 get a model buff as well? Oh, it did. Hold it.
I rammed a Sharn horse earlier.
rammed
I literally was just getting shot shit by like everything on the team. I had like 1,000 health left. There's like a Sean horse on half health, so I went and rammed it just to. We were going to win anyway on points.
No. I'm gonna try and see if I can do the top-down attack missiles in the Bradley again.
I rammed a Duke of York to death in a Koenig on like 1,000 HP.
Yeah.
A couple more seconds.
When there's a Duke of York on your team and a Chandor on the enemy team, which have the Battle of the Ages again. The great rematch. Also, there's a. Also, have you seen the new Belfast on sale?
And I'm gonna wait for a review.
Same.
I think there is a.
There's
There's one of those like guides to it or something. I'll find it in a minute.
I've been on the Belfast twice. We used to be able to rotate.
I love its guns at aim, so if they fired, they'd hit a petrol station.
Yeah. I remember someone doing like the London independence movement said, "Oh well, we can have a navy. We have the HMS Belfast," and I was like,
Yeah, the Thames Navy. Is
the Belfast can't even move, and it's just sitting there rusting.
But it doesn't need to move. You can still turn the guns.
And do what? Get fucked over by cruise missiles?
Actually, the Belfast might have enough armor to be able to survive a cruise missile hit. That's the thing. Is the anti-ship missiles high explosive?
Can't you install like the phalanx?
Install the phalanx and just watch it mow down 500,000 people while trying to hit a missile.
I'm watching the videos of those things at night where they just go and you see the traces in the sky.
All right, have you seen the one with like with the duck face? Someone put like the coating of a duck over a phalanx. It was beautiful.
How to inspire fear in terrorists.
I know, Flavio. I know, Flavio, because I sent you this song, Flavio. You see, I have good taste in music, Flavio. I have better taste in music and pizza than you do. Fine, I'll turn the volume up.
Jeff, that subscriber thing you posted, is that your channel?
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a channel, mate. What's it called?
Also for people looking in, promote yourself.
Flavio's raging now.
Yeah.
What do you do, Flavio?
Jeff had more substance.
I looked at the statistics and I'm now within the like 1% of YouTube.
Jeff, can I just say on the
That's a whole lot of percentage on YouTube, though.
102. How many am I?
Wait.
85. Yeah.
I hit it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I have an Armored Warfare video ready to go. I just haven't bothered to finish it. I have to type the script into the machine that reads it.
The machine spirit.
You know that voice that everyone uses, like the Unity guy?
I did like 2 of
I have
those.
that. I have that voice. I use it. I'm just writing.
Ow.
I'm pretty sure it's the M50/M51 Sherman.
I have 2 of those, one for the Chief and one for the Abrams. I don't know if
So far, I've done guides on
I remember your MBT-71, Jeff.
I've done one on the M13 Akav, the Reaper of Death at 53. I've done one on the Object 640 because I had it for a week.
Right.
One on the AMX40, one on the Chieftain Lock Cannon, one on the 574.
I should go look if I actually did one for the MBT-7.
I should.
Imagine abusing MBT's crappy view range like this.
I just want to do videos of people like the tanks that people don't normally like talk about.
Right.
Like, I had played the MVP 70 so much that I had so much footage of it that I was like, why not?
I like the MVP 70. Got hold down.
Oh, so the turret is good again.
Oh, it was good when I was playing.
Make the MBT 70 great again. See, Flavio, I turned the volume up just for
The
you.
third armor used to be way better when it...
So, yeah, I just have all heat and some of the ATGMs available.
I think I hit it.
Just...
That was close.
Oh no, I do actually.
Imagine hoping missiles can hit things, I know, right? Missiles, come on guys, missiles were never a threat to MBTs. I mean, the Israelis, you know, loved it. Loved, you know.
The missile at the tank, and the missile just goes, you know what, I'm gonna do something else.
I'm a head out.
I'm gonna do a 90-degree.
Is that, wait a fucking second.
What's... Oh, so is the next Macabre gonna have like a localized version of the Iron Dome they have over there? The Macabre Mark 5, whenever that comes in.
Oh shit. We could... This is somewhat becoming stressful.
I totally forgot I actually made this video.
Was it the MBT 70 video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like zero, and it's like before balance 2.0.
I remember because you got annoyed at me and Reno. You said a Unicum's like Spitfire and Fiora at some point during there. The thing is, like, you have to be within 30 meters, or soft kill APS will just yeet your missile away. There's a slight problem, is that this is not really great for facing MBTs at 30 meters.
No, that was during the Chieftain video.
Okay. Why does this thing's missile not go up? Imagine having a fixed missile box. This was brought to you by the Stalker.
I'll try and
Fucking.
find my
Oh, it's the.
Should I post it in gaming or self-promotion? I'm pretty sure I did.
I really think it matters.
Oh.
Yay, 400 coal.
I have like 50,000 gold.
What's he even doing down there anyway? Is he FK?
Is it worth saving enough coal to get a tier 10 or just getting one of the tier 6s?
Again, honestly, a tier 10 is probably a bad idea.
Can I save
Save up for a tier 9.
I want the thunder.
Yeah, but it's at tier 10. And tier 10 is usually the worst game, usually the worst one to play.
Tier 10 is big scary.
Yes, tier 10 is big scary.
Because all the WoW Unicums hang out at tier 10.
They are, Jeff. My quality thumbnail.
Honestly, not doing one made mine look better.
Yeah, see. Normally, because I switched from that to...
I sexually identify as a recordless rifle. Who the fuck is Paris for?
I just try and find
is this
stereotypical
person?
things I can put on the front, but you know. I did make one
Alright,
on the bagel.
you can have a friend
but
request then.
YouTube removed it because I used Erica in the background, and apparently that's Nazi.
I think I'm slowly losing my damage per game on the Bradley. It's only 2,800 now.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, YouTube did take it down.
When I can find hundreds of videos using Erica on YouTube that are monetized.
I know, it's ridiculous. I used the girls and pans of it.
340 meters view range, really? Oh.
It was even in Japanese at that.
Yeah, it was the Japanese adaptation, and usually went, no, this is Nazi music. Despite the fact it has nothing to do with Nazis.
470 meters. I mean, that's a little bit better, but it's still kind of shit. I think we need to go full view range. Let's fucking do this. Yeah, I definitely want top speed instead. 45% camo. Alright. I need to pee. BRB.
Ramming. Oh yeah, Jeff.
Yes.
There are no nukes in War Thunder. It was just showing off the game engine.
Like expected.
No. I was actually like, oh yes, because they're going to be like a B-29 event. Yeah.
Honestly, I doubt the engine could even handle it, rendering it in real time.
There is no Vulcan this update though, and I'm sad because I was excited for that. I don't care if the Vulcan's useless in the meta. Who cares? It's a jet bomber, and jet bombers are cool.
It's a big boom plane.
I know, and it's also a very legendary plane, and you know, and they can get the sound
Which
right.
probably sell a lot of premium variants.
I wouldn't care if they made the Vulcan premium. I'd buy it. You know.
Yeah, see?
My friend works at McDonald's and he buys that every premium that comes out.
Honestly, he works in European
I was
McDonald's.
saying to him, don't pre-order that T-72 AV thing, where it's called the Syrian.
The Syrian.
Because it's at 9. It's
Why
at 9.
is that thing in the game? Like,
you know, got to get the Syrian representation in.
like, do we want a bigger war crime thing than the Abrams?
War crime tech.
Because that's what the thing's used for in
Is that it?
Syrian service.
Yeah. I love how like all of the Abrams that have been knocked out have been done in the Middle East, and like most of them are not by the Americans. Like it's mostly the Saudis using them. Get knocked out.
Yeah, because the Saudis extremely undertrain their crews.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm using the Bradley whoosh whoosh, which means
Oh yes. Wait, the Hellfire.
no, the Bradley with the kinetic kinetic rods.
That's the M1, yeah, that's the M1 bring in.
Right, let's do this. Right, how much camo do I lose when I fire?
Well, you're firing a missile, so I assume a lot. They tend to make a loud noise.
All of it. That's.
Unless there's not like anything that lowers muzzle flash for rockets, is there?
Also, yeah, there's a commander for that. Also, I have to basically reload this all at once. It's a 20-second reload, so this is basically a magazine thing. Alright, let's just... Yeah. Gonna have to get in nice and slow. If these idiots can't kill a single Leclerc moving up, I'm actually gonna lose some amount of faith in humanity. Boop.
Haven't we already?
Well, it definitely hurts people.
You guys see all the stuff on Twitter about like Putin resigning and stuff? It's like what?
On what?
No way.
Apparently Putin is. It was like apparently the Kremlin
No,
denied
no.
it. Apparently they were saying something about Putin having Parkinson's or something.
No.
Since his puppet is losing the election, so
The only way Putin is going to retire is someone kills him.
That's not
Otherwise,
gonna-
even
that's-
in death, he will be president.
Putin is the
he's just in a box.
eternal
and he just-
presidente.
Like the one they're showing off is just a robot. He's actually been dead for years.
Before he dies, he's going to restart the Soviet.
I think that hurt.
Just as
Yeah, I
Simpson
think- I
style
think
by
that
pressing the
happened many
big
years
red
ago.
button.
I mean, are we really going to trust a guy who poisons in some position?
He didn't poison his opposition. The
Do you remember
KGB
the
did.
It was the KGB, which allegedly don't exist anymore.
Do you remember the Russian plot to kill Prime Minister Vladimir Putin, which was found out by President Vladimir Putin, and it was basically poison on the orders of KGB Director Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Putin was outraged to hear that Vladimir Putin was going to be poisoned by Putin, and Putin authorized the use of conventional force and a plot to be able to uncover the plot by Putin against Putin because of Putin.
Putinception.
Putin has a lot of has a lot of titles.
He's practically Russia at this point.
Well, it's a pity that Russia no longer has the means to win wars anymore, which has been a disturbingly and alarmingly disposable amount of people.
They only won wars because they could throw more people at them than the enemy had bullets.
It's
That was the
a
tactic.
strategy that has been used for centuries, and it still works.
It was building very easy to build tanks.
Well, yeah, the Germans kind of fucked up because the Germans didn't have quality or quantity. The Russians were just like, alright.
The Germans also didn't have oil.
Yeah.
The Germans basically had those like kits of model kits you get that take like 10 hours to build, and then the Russians had those snap together kits.
Don't you fucking diss my snap kits.
Oh, I like the snap kits. They're easy.
I do like my snap kits as well. That's the
They
reason
are
why.
better.
I got one of a Challenger 2 in my room somewhere. Oh, there it is.
I have
It's one of the Airfix like snap together ones. So it's a Challenger 2. It's cool. I found
snap together one.
imagine being a fucking kinetic rod vehicle and not being able to pen an MBT because
I found a 1/72 scale version of a tortoise, and I was really excited. I was like, oh, I can get the tortoise in my shelf. And it was like stupid expensive. It was like 70 quid. I'm not spending that.
Identified.
That is stupid.
I want either a tortoise
they
or
can-
the Doom Turtle as a model, but I can't get it because they only come in 135, and that would probably
spotted.
knock my shelf. 'Cause this shelf is stupid wobbly. Hang on, no. I'm running out of shelf space in my room, honestly.
this is I'm a head out. Run away, 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 run away. Hi, Arietti. Oh my god, I penned him.
I have a poster of like level 2 tanks in there. It says the T-3485 is still in service.
It is actually. It is.
It is
North
in like Kazakhstan or something.
North Korea.
I mean, think about it. It's got a gun. It's immune to
Small arms fire.
small arms fire, grenade launchers, loads of things.
Anything up to the size of a chaffee is
Yeah.
gonna kill it. So, yeah.
So
You
why not?
already need like, and you can kill it with a rocket launcher, but anything newer and more expensive you can also kill with a rocket launcher.
But of course you can kill a T-34. That was the whole plan. Russian. They could blow up one T-34, but then another 5 come around the corner and allow us to introduce ourselves.
If Biden wins, my hands are rated P for petty.
I was actually worried, like Tuesday, I was like, oh god, Trump's going to be in the lead and he went away.
Mayor of Philadelphia, Jim Kenney says Donald Trump needs to put his big boy pants on. He needs to acknowledge the fact that he lost and he needs to congratulate the winner.
He's never going to do that.
No, he's never going to do that. Still, it's funny.
They're going to drag him out. He's going to go into every door frame. Like, no, I don't want to leave. Yeah, they got the
Hi,
jail,
Bork. How you doing, sweetie? You would have been alive with Ophelia. Shut the fuck up, Flavio. If you... Flavio, if you speak about Ophelia one more time, I'm going to take your pastor away. And I am going to make sure that you can never salt your pastor again.
You know, something else could be extremely funny is that Biden gets elected, and then mysteriously they find ties to Epstein, and he gets impeached.
Well, yeah, but you still get a Democratic corporatist, which is Kamala Harris, so...
And again, in 4 years. In 4 years' time, Trump's either going to be in prison, not
Or dead.
God damn.
Probably both.
We should start taking bets on this. I will bet 25 quid that Trump will be in prison.
Well, Nigel Farage bet £10,000 Trump to win the election. What a waste of money that was.
That's going to be a painful one.
Yeah. John McCain is.
You know.
laughing in the
If I
face
could,
right
if I could go back in time to primary school, I would lay bets and just rake in
Same.
the cash.
I would bet like close to $1 million US on Trump winning in 2016.
No. All the way back to 2000. Like I would place bets on the US midterm elections. I would place bets on 2004. I would place bets on the Iraq War. I would place bets because 2010 election. Obviously, everyone knew that Conservatives are going to win, but I would place bets on the Liberal Democrats because the Liberal Democrats basically made the Conservatives come to power, because otherwise it would have been a hung parliament. Then you put bets in for a Brexit referendum happening and a Scottish referendum, and there's no butterfly effect because I'm just placing bets. I could probably make up to about £60,000 that way.
You're not tampering with the time.
No, I'm not tampering. This is
200 IQ.
This is 200 IQ. This
Some
is.
people would say you're mad, but no, you're just genius.
They called me a madman.
I know. Blows up a planet. Yes, I'm clearly a madman.
I want them to move up. Like, come on, do something.
Another thing you could do is start mining bitcoins.
Oh my god, yes. Use that
Before
money.
that blows up.
Use that money from the elections to buy as many computers as you could with what? Is it enough memory or is it enough processing power?
Just go back in time
actually,
and invest
you-
like,
you
stocks
don't
in companies, you know. Like, go back in time and invest stocks in Amazon before it becomes big.
And Apple. And Microsoft.
Apple was
Not
already
Apple,
big at that
not
point.
Apple.
What if I
Apple
can
was
miss
already
out
big by that point,
Apple-
so
Apple
you need to go back
eventually can,
further.
You know, the next iPhone's gonna have like one thing in the box. It's gonna have just the phone itself.
So I'm gonna say that smoking up and then firing missiles through your smoke so they don't know what's going on is next level IQ.
If I don't know what's going on, you don't know what's going on.
No, there's only going to be a charger in the box with a pamphlet that tells you to buy the phone.
Oh,
Flavio, look at my next level play.
They could be listening, Jeff. Don't give them ideas.
They are.
They are the EA of phones.
Well,
Are you guys gonna fuck it? Okay, the TAU is firing missiles. Why? Are you people gonna move? Come on, move! Move! There are tanks in the way, dude! Come on, move, 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 move. Get your ass over there. Ass.
Just quickly
Ass
rub off
move.
one of the numbers and then go. Yeah.
I bet you he's gonna shoot me.
Like the new Mad.
Look, this is how you fucking do it. Right, there you go. Right there. Done. It's not that hard. I mean, it's definitely speaking, Biden has definitely won. It's just a question of how much. So what's the bet that at least 3 or 4 of their vehicles are all in the sniping spot and they haven't moved this entire
The
game?
only thing I'm mad at EA at is for like what they did to BioWare. It's,
I fucking agree. If they hadn't pushed BioWare with the timeline for Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect 3 would have been a great game.
No, it would have been the pinnacle of creation.
The pinnacle.
It's been glorious. But then,
Where are
you
they?
know, then we have Mass Effect Andromeda. Sorry, open camera.
Oh my fucking god! There's like 8 of them.
Andromeda had the exact same problem as Free.
All right. I found the enemy.
And then we had Anthem, which everyone.
What is Anthem?
I know.
Yeah, a game 5 people bought.
But
Do you
more than
remember,
5
Ron?
people streamed it on launch day.
Oh yeah, hold up. Let me compare this the Sprut and the Dragon, because I think the Dragon's actually better now. Okay, the Sprut still has more view range. Nice. I can still counter spot with a Sprut. Nice. Take off barrel line in.
Come on, canister. Fire it at the horses.
You're engaging horses with cannons.
It's counter spot time.
Well, it's the US Civil War, so...
Yes.
And as they are charging with cavalry over a bridge, and I have,
Blow up the bridge. Then no
Never
one
ends.
wins.
I would, if I could, I would have done it, but it's a map feature.
Damn it. Can't like rig the bridge with like a trip or something.
Nope, the game is not that advanced. Also made by the guy that made all the Total War mods, so...
So, Janet finally got round to editing my fic today, and, ooh, good lord, that's a lot of edits.
And now on time. You had 4 times the amount of people I had, and you couldn't cross one stupid bridge. Now I have reinforcements.
They were scared of the bridge.
it's oh, what's the name? What's the name of?
It's like they look at the bridge.
It's a bridge too far for them.
The bridge just has the JoJo menacing letters on it.
I can't beat the shit out of you without getting closer.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if like you could stop time. That'd be awesome. I just mess with people. I just like move them slightly, or like put items in their hand.
I would draw
If it came with the drawback, I had to shout the world to stop time.
I'd do it. I would.
I have just spoiled JoJo Part 3 for anyone listening in Spitfire stream.
Nice. I would
The only people that haven't watched JoJo's are the ones that are not interested in it in the first place.
I've only watched episode
But
1.
not liking JoJo is a JoJo reference.
Honestly, the
Yeah,
memes for JoJo are more widespread than the anime itself. Also, Attack on Titan is terrible, but the soundtrack is amazing. I would get a Sharpie, go into Parliament and draw a fish on all of the politicians' foreheads.
Characters snaps.
What?
When one of the side characters snaps, it's normally scarier than when the protagonist snaps.
Nice.
And
Hey
Levi
Janet,
snaps.
how you doing? Yeah, this is like the fastest upload I've ever done for one of my How to Train Your Dragon fic.
I got my dad to watch all of season 1 of Attack on Titan.
Oh god.
He really freaked him out, and he's like 47.
It is actually freaking because like why didn't they just
It is
why
freaking, I told you,
didn't
it's
why
a bit
didn't
violent,
why didn't they just all hide under a mountain?
Yeah.
Because there are no mountains on the island. And because the church is suppressing knowledge that they're on an island and that there's a world outside of the walls.
So build under a hill then, just
From the
I
church.
used the Titans to destroy the Titans.
yeah.
They also memorize everyone every 100 years.
I use the Titans to destroy the Titans.
Destroyed.
Like, everything's actually explained if you go far enough into the story.
Nice.
But
When does season 4 come out?
when
Like December, right?
when season 1 came out, you had the
Ooh.
winner either.
Why didn't I was
Guys,
told by a
guys,
friend
guys,
it's quite good.
guys,
I did
guys,
not-
breaking news, breaking news. A video clip that
Yeah.
shows a Pornhub banner during CNN's live coverage was actually edited and it wasn't there.
Aww.
It got shaved by, it got shared by quite a
last night
bit.
and they cut him off like immediately.
Yes. That was funny.
It's funny.
Funny. I mean, I remember saying that certain music playlists I have give me anxiety, then I realised that the game itself gives me anxiety. Ooh.
There's some animes that have like banging soundtracks, but like when
They
the
do.
soundtrack's played, you know what happened immediately after.
I know. And it's like in some cases like the The intro is either incredibly... The intro and the outro are like actual opposites of each other. Like, the intro is like incredibly dark and depressing, and then the outro is like, yes, everything is fine, bunnies live. It's... Have you ever watched Bacano?
I don't think so.
The one...
I have not watched it, it's on the list.
Yes, you should. Bacano is absolutely
I have a list
crazy,
of
and I loved it.
animes we want to watch. I'm currently watching, is it Dorororo, I think it's called? I can't remember.
If you have Netflix, you should watch Teenage Bounty Hunters because it's completely insane.
I don't really watch Netflix. I don't even like. I know they're making all the live actions. I know they're all going to be shit.
tell you what,
But
I tell you
They
what,
are all shit.
I'm gonna review Cyberpunk 2077, and I aim to have it out in the same week, and I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, because the game is fucking overhyped.
No, because of broken promises, basically slaving their workers to death, and no non-binary, they pronouns, or transgender characters, or the ability to assign different voices to your characters. If you tell me that your game is you can be whatever you can be, but I can't play a non-binary character because, you know, it's cyberpunk, and the entire genre is rebellion against social norms, then
when you can make a Nintendo Mii more like diverse
Yes.
than a character on a
Yes.
AAA game.
I would do that. I would do that. I would give each facet a point, and then I would do it like a. And I'll tell you what, I would give Cyberpunk 2077 a 75 out of 650, and not explain that at all.
Or you could do it as Seth and just have a completely arbitrary system that doesn't make sense in the
Yes.
first place.
Yes.
Just
That
have a,
differs from every single video.
Do it.
Like, last time he had to use a graphical calculator to display a score.
yeah.
I mean,
And
like,
then
don't get me
with
wrong,
just a
I'm going to
spiral
enjoy
going
2077, but I will prefer it if it wasn't overhyped, because it's just going to lead to broken expectations. Again.
It is.
I mean,
If it doesn't get delayed again, yeah.
yeah.
Like, it's not going to be shit on for it as hard as No Man's Sky was, because the game is actually going to be playable.
Yeah.
Yes.
No Man's Sky is hella fun right now.
Why wasn't it delayed just because of the consoles?
No. Nvidia is paying for the entire development of Cyberpunk 2077. And Nvidia is not in the consoles. They haven't been since PlayStation 3.
So why is Nvidia paying it for it to be at this certain date? Is it to try and release of GPUs or what?
It was supposed to launch together with the RTX 3000 series of GPUs because ray tracing.
Ray tracing. I'm actually kind of apprehensive about the ray tracing. I mean, I think in the end I'll do what I did with Horizon Zero Dawn and just figure out, put graphics models on Ultra and then go from there. Like,
Honestly, ray
It's on
tracing
PC
is so
PC now,
early.
isn't it? Horizon Zero Dawn is on PC now.
yeah, it's really good. It's
I
really
wanna
good.
Hurry up and get new PC parts. So.
It's a really good, but you can only really play it in full screen. You can't do it on window.
The thing with ray tracing is that it is so early on in its actual life cycle that at this point no one actually knows how it's going to affect game development, how it's going to affect graphics standards, because nothing on the market, even the RTX 3000 cards, can do full like render ray tracing.
Skyrim Ray Tracing Edition. I've said it. I've said it.
Don't give Todd Howard ideas.
And then there's the thing with the consoles being
There's
all
gonna be
AMD.
Skyrim mobile version in a minute.
I'm gonna get rushed
Like
by
the next
fucking Ramco.
year.
Excuse me.
all
Fallout 5 gonna be lit at this rate.
all consoles are going to have a ray tracing, but they're going to have first generation ray tracing.
Yes.
Which is honestly practically unusable if you do anything more than just reflections or shadows.
And we're getting, what, second gen?
I would call the RTX 3000 series cards Gen 1.5.
But they're still more
As
cost
they
effective than the RTX 2000 series, aren't they? Because they're a
They
lot less
are?
money.
I'm buying a
But
2000.
they themselves still can't render a full 1080p scene at 144Hz with today's ray tracing implementation, which is only reflections and shadows. So imagine how
Marco's
hard
gonna
they're
rush
going
me.
to slog once you have a fully ray traced scene. That's why I'm not calling them Generation 2 cards, because they are going to be incapable of handling
Take care,
a
Flavio.
scene that is fully ray traced.
What about the new AMDs?
They're Generation 1. They are better than the RTX 2000 cards, but they don't have some of the optimizations that Nvidia put into the 3000 series cards.
So what's going to be a better pick then?
Whichever one performs better at the price in normal rendering. That's going to be the best pick,
Who's Aranka?
because the only mainstream game that is going to be released in which people are going to be expected to use ray tracing is Cyberpunk 2077.
Fuck. Nice.
And that's only because Nvidia is pushing it so hard in the marketing. As just turning it off is not really going to make the game look that much worse. You're going to be missing out on some shadows and some reflections, but overall graphics are still going to be the same. So people all scrambling to get an RTX 3000 series card specifically for that game are, in my opinion, retarded.
I just wanted an upgrade for my GPU for the next 4 to 5 years.
And you should still stick a year or two with your 1080.
Yeah, to be fair, your 1080 is still quite good.
It's a regular 1080 though, not a TI.
Oh.
And
I mean, I'm getting a 2060 Super, which apparently do something at the 1080, but
like 1080 still wins out over the 2060.
yeah, but
As
the
the
Super,
1080
the Super has a little bit of an advantage, but he's not really
The
that.
1080 is practically equal to the
Bro.
original 2070.
Yeah.
And the only point in which it loses out is in games that make use of faster VRAM. In all the other
Yeah,
stuff,
I
it wins.
would go for a 1080 Ti, but I don't have the money because they're all stupid.
Honestly, TI has been really bad value last couple generations, except for the
know.
1080
And
Ti because they were scared of AMD.
2080s have still got ridiculous amounts of money on them anyway.
Yeah, because the 3090, which was supposed to replace them, costs $300 more, which means the second-hand market isn't affected at all.
I thought it was a grand in like pounds.
I only know MSRPs in US dollars. And that is manufacturer suggested retail
Isn't the
prices,
3070
that's not what they're actually going for.
basically the one to pick?
The 3070 is the one to pick if you can find one in the first place at its $500 MSRP.
And then, but they, what did you say earlier?
Those are the two stipulations
ago you
on
picked-
getting that card.
I mean, $500, I mean, it's not really that much considering it's good, but it's more the problem. I mean, don't they have like an absolute massive backlog of...
They have an extreme backlog.
Why?
Because one, people scrambling to get 30 series cards for 2077. Two, people having spare money because they couldn't spend it on anything because of lockdowns. And three, PC gaming has gone fully mainstream. Gaming is no longer something looked down upon. Everyone does it.
There's a lockdown and everything, but shouldn't they be scrabbling
So
to have
everyone's
more
getting
people
into it,
produce
and
the
everyone
3000
wants
series?
to get the new shit. What?
Shouldn't they be scrambling to have more factories or plants produce the 3000 series? I mean, that's a lot of fucking money to be
The
made.
problem is there are only like 2 companies on the planet that can produce such a complicated design, and those are Samsung, which they are currently using, and TSMC, or Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
And neither of the 2 currently have the volume production to keep up with demand, even if they were both used to full capacity. And even at that point, just looking at the 2 on their own, Samsung is having a real hard time actually making the cards in the first place, because they are so unbelievably big. They're like 800 millimeters squared, which is stupidly big for anything made in silicon, let alone something made on like 8 nanometer wide traces. So the defect rate is so stupidly high that they can't make enough in the first place to keep up with the original demand. And they had like 6 months to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So now that the actual reviews came in and everyone knows their good value, everyone wants them. And it's going to be the exact same problem when the AMD cards come out.
The current value of the 370 is 469. The 380 is 470 pounds, 670 pounds, or 1400
But were they in
pounds.
stock?
I'm gonna see. Out of stock. There's
They're all out of stock.
Asus Dual RTX. Palette, Gigabyte, Zotac. Zotac tends to be...
They're also sold out.
Check availability.
Like, Overclockers UK, the main hardware retailer of the UK, was only allocated 500 cards in total of the 3000.
UK and Ireland only due to high
launch.
demand, and it's $399. 540, and it's pre-order.
And those pre-orders aren't going to be filled like before like probably February.
Yeah. These are all on the NVIDIA website though, like why is that?
Because NVIDIA has done a real weird thing in how they are selling the cards.
Some of them are actually different from each other. Or is this their or is it they're set to different minimum clock speeds?
It's the quality of the cooler on them that's the main difference.
So
Which
basically
allows them
I could be
to
buying a
clock higher.
completely inferior one from the other.
You could, but it is mostly recommended to go with a mid-level one, because even
Request
if
stock
they're
alert.
not going to be the best coolers, they're at least going to be able to cool the card better in more circumstances.
Yeah. And people are just going to keep buying them, aren't they?
Yeah. And if you just like go to eBay or Amazon, you find like the 3070 going for like $800.
Jesus.
3080 going for almost 1100, and if there is even a 3090 listed almost going for $2,000.
Jesus.
On a card that's not even a Titan.
Fucking Christ.
Like, it is great and all that the cards are actually worth buying, but just the amount of circumstances that came together makes it impossible for anyone to buy them in the first place. And then everyone's going around harassing reviewers because they do have cards. To then get told by the reviewers that they actually have to send the cards back after testing.
Really?
It's mostly on the partner models, so the Asus, the Zotac, and those models. A good amount of reviewers actually have to send them back. So
Why is that?
Asus and Zotac can send them to other reviewers because they don't even have enough cards.
I'm actually surprised that no one really expected this to happen.
The moment Samsung and its 8nm, which is just 10nm plus, was announced to be the process used and the manufacturer used, we practically already knew. Because we knew Samsung's 8nm was shit. They have been having troubles with that for like 4 years now. So we knew they were going to have problems with supplies. We just didn't know there would be this much demand because we expected 3070 to cost like 600, 650 USD.
And it's instead of 100 USD cheaper.
And instead of that, it's 500, which is actually a good value for the card.
I think 650
It's
would still
just-
be pretty decent value.
Which just drove demand even further through the roof. Like, it was already in orbit, now it's just in another galaxy.
When did the 2000 series come out?
End 2018. Graphics cards are currently on a 2-year cycle.
I mean-
or 1-year cycle with your AMD.
I mean, given the absolute insane prices of them, I mean, unless you really, really, really needed one, why?
That's another factor. A lot of people are now actually upgrading from 900 and 1000 series cards. Because 2000 was such a shit value.
Yeah, but I mean, like, why get a 2080 Ti at that exorbitant cost? I mean, it was pretty obvious that the next generation wasn't going to be as expensive. So why get it unless you seriously needed a 20 Ti, which is honestly,
people
like,
said
what
off.
exactly does a 2080 Ti do so much better than a 10 series for 2 to 3 times the
Honestly,
price?
it's like the 1080 Ti launched at $700 US. Because Nvidia actually thought that AMD's Vega cards could pose a threat.
So it was
And them
$700
releasing
instead of
the
more?
card at 700 killed off their entire pricing strategy for the 2000 series. Because you had a $700 card that performed as well as your other $700 card. Which was the 2080. And then you had the 2080 Ti above that, which was $500 US more expensive. But the only reason the card actually sold is that there is a large subset of PC gamers that honestly don't care how much a card or a processor or motherboard costs. They just want the best gaming experience available at the time, and they don't care how much they spend on it. Because that's the
So
only
basically
thing
they
that-
have a disturbingly large amount of money. Wish I'd reloaded my rockets.
Pesa on Deviant server, he has two 2080 Ti's.
Ah!
Yeah, he has two 2080 Ti's running in SLI because he could. He just has that much money to spend on gaming.
Link in the stream. I need a sugar daddy.
And you should see his car collection. Because that's the only other thing he actually spends money on.
I know that my stepdad is in the top 15% of earners and he has quite a few Apple products. He has a Mac.
Like, those people honestly don't care how much it costs as long as it's either the best or something they like. That's why the 3090 at $1,500 sells, even though it is only like 15 to 20% better than a 3080. They are the flagship Halo products, and they're honestly just made for those people that have too much money.
Having too much money is...
And even if Nvidia sells only one of those cards compared to like 20 3070s,
Fuck it.
the margin difference means that they make more money off that one 3090 sale than on those 20 3070 sales.
I almost team killed. Really? Yeah, I know, dude. I'm sorry. The delay for the rocket firing kind of got me. See if I have enough free range to spot these guys. Should do.
And for me, the 3070 is like right outside of the amount of money I'm willing to spend on a GPU.
Yeah?
I'm willing to spend between 350 and 450 euros on a replacement for my GPU, which I'm actively looking for, but 3070 in Belgian pricing at least comes close to 600 euros if you can find them.
Yeah,
As
same.
Belgium had like an allocation of 10 cards.
What GPU do you have right now?
I am looking for, like, I'm running two desktops, one at my mom, one at my dad, and the one at my dad's place is running at 1063 gigabytes.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm seeing you have much better. My current PC I'm using right now is an AMD RX 460 with the 4GB version.
And what I'm
Only because
willing,
it's all I could afford when I bought this thing.
what I'm mainly wanting to do is to get a new GPU, take my Vega 56 out of my main tower, and then put that into the secondary one replacing the 1060, because that thing is really starting to show its age. It's only the 3GB model. So it's not really that I'm replacing my Vega, more that I'm replacing that 1060.
I have a bigger card on my laptop.
Yeah. I do too. I have a 588 gig in my laptop.
I don't even have a graphics card in mine.
Kiag!
No, you do. It's called Iris. It's called Intel UHD.
Ah, no, it's an AMD APU.
Kiag, how you doing, B?
Alright, and you?
I'm alright. We need to get everyone together and do squad. Well, for whatever reason, Discord doesn't do notifications when I'm streaming, even though I turn the streaming mode off.
You can turn it off in settings to not turn on in the first place.
Also, the striker has a collision hitbox.
No, I wouldn't mind playing squads. Probably going to wait for the holiday sales to get it though.
Yeah.
That collision hitbox though. Is it because of the radar?
Might be.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, the dragon killed somebody. I've been dicking around. I've been having too much fun. I actually forgot there's still a game going on. Whew. Well, that wasn't so bad.
What does the semi-armor piercing do on the Italian cruisers?
It's the same as on the British cruisers.
Oh, is it on British as well?
Yeah. It's basically
Right,
just...
No, British cruisers don't have SAP. British cruisers have basically super heavy shells, so they have improved auto bounce angles.
Oh, they used to have SAP.
Yeah.
No, they've never had SAP. SAP has been an Italian thing.
Because the Italians have got to have a gimmick that's unique to them, so people go for it.
Yeah, SAP is fucking broken against destroyers.
I mean, it's highly unlikely they're going to add another nation to this game. So.
Like, what
Yeah.
nation is there left to add?
Basically, they have improved auto bounce and fuse lengths for the British cruisers. The Italians have. I remember that SAP for Italians is redonkulous.
Also, it has a very sensitive fuse.
Yeah, they have a very sensitive fuse. It's
Well, apparently the Italian battleships are...
yeah, they have SAP. They have a Christopher Columbus with like fucking 16 380mm guns with fucking SAP on them because why not?
God, this special event in World of Warships is hilarious.
Basically, SAP shells have a higher maximum damage. They can ricochet, but they have the best ricochet angles in the game. They can penetrate thicker armor and cause greater damage in HE, but they can't penetrate more than one layer of armor. They can't overpen. They don't do HE damage. They don't start fires. They don't have a damage limit against destroyers, and they grow red in flight. Basically, if it's against cruiser armor, they absolutely butcher them. But if they're fighting cruisers with like spaced armor, they're only going to be able to penetrate the initial 30mm. So actually citadeling other ships with SAP is usually a no-go.
So what's the other thing? Like the deep water torpedoes?
The deep water torpedoes, I think they ignore torpedo protection, and they're faster, but they have longer reload times.
They're faster, they
do they?
ignore torpedo protection, and they don't work against destroyers.
Or cruisers.
I thought it was only certain cruisers.
I
might
think
be the
it's
lighter
battle
cruisers.
cruisers.
But they are absolutely horrible because you practically don't spot them until it's too late.
Yes.
Unless you're running Hydro. And if you're running Hydro, you're probably immune to them in the first place.
They only
Or
hit
you're
battleships and aircraft carriers.
No, okay.
I wish that the flooding in World of
And-
Warships looked like it worked in battle stations midway. That
Yeah.
was fun.
And they also ignore the torpedo belt on most ships, which means
Yeah.
they can cause flooding even if they hit right
Yeah.
where the torpedo belt would be.
Basically, in battle stations midway, if you're going forwards and someone hits you in the stern, it's almost impossible to do flooding damage. But if someone hits you in the bow and you're going forwards, you're going to take a fuck ton of flooding.
It will slow the ship down
Yeah.
to slowly kill it.
Yeah. The Yamatos, if they're running away from aircraft, they're almost fucking impossible to get rid of, because the only place you're going to be able to hit them is in the stern, and they have massive flooding protection in midway, and it's fucking hilarious. And ships don't have hit points. You could destroy their armor belt, so every hit they take is flooding damage, but the only way to get rid of them is to capsize the ship. Well, basically, oh, this is. Hold up, when I'm done with this game, I'll grab a graph. But yeah, Battle Stations Midway had an insane damage model, and you couldn't repair your ship either. Basically, your ship's health bar would only go up if you if your crew was able to pump out the flooding. But basically, your crew would keep like sealing compartments, and the more compartments sealed, you wouldn't be able to gain hit points from that. And eventually, your ship would run out of compartments, and the ship would flood. It was incredibly complicated, and it made it so that ships were actually really vulnerable to aircraft if you didn't play them right, and you'd also have to assign your damage control teams as well. Kia, did you play Battle Stations Midway?
No, I played Specific.
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 The Pacific Ocean. Yeah.
Pacific was fun, but it did simplify the game a lot, which did make it annoying.
Yeah. It's because it's the one that I used to play with friends.
I remember playing it with friends and absolutely annoying them to death. Kitamani cruiser rushes against battleships was funny as hell. Also, the C1 Ariete squads are now a thing.
Okay.
Yep. They're a thing.
So, we ever going to get the Italians as a playable faction?
Identify target. Hostile tank.
That feel when you can pen the hull armor of oh yeah, I forgot this stupid fucking vehicle has its hull anti-smoke grenades. Basically, I can penetrate the whole roof armor, but I can't penetrate the whole turret armor. Sorry, the turret roof armor, because reasons.
Identify. Hostile tank.
Wonder what's the bet that I can actually kill this Ariete.
Armor piercing, having secondaries about armor piercing with shred ships.
If it works, I mean, I think the Yamato is actually probably still the best secondary ship in the game, but it's a terrible idea to spec into secondaries.
With the special event, you get two different ships, the Valkyrie and the Gale, I think they're called. Basically, the more like you have mission, you do damage and you get upgrades. I'm currently running the AP secondaries.
They are nice, but they have
Fuck's
like
sake.
5 kilometers left range.
Gale can launch 16 torpedoes aside.
Bruh.
In
And
like
it has,
4
like,
per
actual-
launcher, and it has 4 launchers.
It's like actually Gatling secondaries,
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
but they only fire like 90 degrees off of the ship side.
That's actually kind of funny.
So they're extremely powerful if you
to
keep
get
your ship at 90
the mortars
degrees.
of the Valkyrie, because the mortars on the Valkyrie are broken.
Really? Sprat! Let me... Why is the Sprat rushing the Griffin, you fucking nut, really?
No, time to win the Battle of Chickamauga.
Yeah, sure, let me...
It's a gale. Oh.
Let me rush the worst autocannon vehicle in the game to rush if it can pen you. Congratulations. Not a good idea. Right, I'd like to remind everybody that when it comes to drugs, it's my mental illness and I get to choose the coping mechanism. Am I even playing the game anymore, or am I just...
We're just shitposting.
we're just shitposting, basically.
Honestly, isn't that what just every single one of your streams turns into?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what anyone expects from someone who shitposts and is wearing a fox hat. Like, I'll tell you what, I'm
can
gonna...
be considered clinically insane.
Yes. I mean... Jeff, at what point did you realize that I was crazy? Oh, sorry.
It's hard to specify.
Sorry. How long did it take you to realize that I was crazy?
Probably days after joining Kitsuga.
Yeah.
And back then we practically didn't even interact.
Yeah. I remember Kitsuga was... I mean, I don't think I was a particularly beneficial member to Kitsuga, but it was funny. I remember getting into fights with just about everybody over very meaningless things. I mean...
I remember back at Sugas, they had a TeamSpeak.
They just seems to be.
Apparently.
The fuck?
I'm thinking of something else.
I'm out there and I didn't even know.
Is Kitsuga even still around?
The website's still live, the Discord server's still up, it's only like 4 channels now, and it's basically just become like 4 people hanging out server.
How's Fiona?
I think she's okay. Mainly just stopping between jobs. Like everyone in the US right now.
Yep. Fuck it. Okay, Nevada was on 75%. Oh wow, Nevada's jumped up to 87%.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god! Nevada's 87%, Pennsylvania is 98%, North Carolina is 99%, Joe Biden is within 80,000 votes of Donald Trump. It's Georgia that's... Georgia, they're within 0.1% of each other. And it looks like Biden could do it because... I know that Nevada is a sheer win considering Nevada only has 2 cities.
The rest is nuclear wasteland.
The rest is a... Patrol in the Mojave almost makes you wish for a nuclear wasteland, but... For real,
well, practically is.
Yeah, for real, like, I didn't know Nevada only has 2 countable cities. Really?
It only has 2 population centers. The rest is desert and nuclear test sites. Like 90% of Nevada's territory is federal owned.
Nice. I mean, Carson City isn't even on the ballot list.
Does it even exist?
Well, I mean, like in terms of populations, majority speaking, I don't know. It's the capital of... I mean, honestly, like speaking, a bunch of Oh no, I see. I think it's more that the cities are
So close to each other.
yeah.
But they're counted as one place.
Yeah. I mean, you know that Las Vegas, it isn't actually Las Vegas. It's called Paradise City. Las Vegas is actually a city near it, but everybody just calls it Las Vegas. Fun facts that you probably don't care about.
At this point, both cities has become so big that they practically merged to one.
Probably. It's a big old metropolis. Hey Janet, are you enjoying the editing right now?
Probably.
I mean, I shield out about, what was it? 4,700 words. I shield out about 2,000 of it in about 2 hours of frantic typing. I mean, you know what my typing is when I'm annoyed. This was like non-stop angry typing for about 2 hours. I think I may have woken my dog up.
Mechanical keyboard sound.
Kind of angry mechanical keyboard sounds, basically, yeah.
Have you tried to go back to a membrane keyboard?
No. I have it somewhere.
Like, just try typing on it and you'll feel the difference.
Yeah. I know that I tend to like slam on my mechanical keyboard, so sometimes I type because so sometimes the letters kind of just go on for about a paragraph long.
That's just on you.
It is on me. It is on me. I have. As a computer nerd, how much do I infuriate you?
Honestly, you don't, because you're actually willing to learn. I have seen so many people that come to me for advice, and then I give them the solution, and then they don't even want to know why it is the solution. They just want the solution, they don't want to know why it works. They don't want to even know what their problem is. So you're actually one of the least infuriating people I've worked with.
Wow, that's... Is that an endorsement?
I'll take it however you want.
Buford, I don't know why you're coming over with me. The moment I spot something, I am GTFOing out of here. Yep, GTFOing already. Type 10's over there.
You spot, you just get the Metal Gear Solid like.
Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I think there was one time when we were playing Armor 3 that I Metal Gear Solid at the end of it. Do you remember the Shilka?
Yeah.
That was some Metal Gear Solid shit right there.
You killed.
Yeah, and then
Like, it was just the two of us because Lanzabi, Janet, and Jay got slapped right in the first 2 minutes.
I think they were made for more people, to be honest.
Yeah, or just better trained.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like, I basically had to stealth my way across the field.
Like, the problem with Arma is that it is such a great game that you can only play one way.
Yes. Kayak, what are your thoughts on Arma? If he's even still here.
You, the newest admin of your unit.
Technically not the newest because my cousin is newer.
Okay, the second newest.
Within 5 seconds of the other admin, yeah.
Spitfire, do you know you created that like clan or whatever it's called on Armored Warfare? There's still space in it.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah, there's infinite space.
Jeff, did you pay me?
No?
Somebody did. Somebody paid me $20 to make a Fox clan, and I said, well, and I basically put in the description, I made this because someone paid me $20, and $20 is $20.
It is there, go check.
Yeah, it's there.
It was mainly made because the trading system that was promised.
Yes.
Oh, I may
Promised.
For one vehicle,
Armored Warfare. Armored Warfare tomorrow. Ask if I can.
Sure.
like kind of
Who is shooting at me? Are you?
kind of just exists for one vehicle.
The parts of one vehicle.
So, Kiag,
Yeah.
you never gave me an answer.
It's an interesting game. And, if you want to
main
get good with
thing-
it with a group of people, it needs to be something that you do consistently.
There's a lot of meal sim clams out there that are cringe.
Yes, we try not to be, but
You get a lot of people that are cringe.
yeah. And from the outside looking in, it'll probably look a bit weird.
I was in the Air Cadets for a year and we were pretty serious, and Armour Milsurp clans are... Milsurp? Mil sim clans are fucking way
Worse.
more serious.
Oh, some of them are ridiculous with it.
Which one? I
Well,
don't
just
remember
semi-casual,
which one it
Nielsen.
was, but I've seen one where you actually have to call people sir if they're higher ranked than you,
Ah, no.
even outside of the game.
That is like super fucking level cringe right there.
You have to wear the clan tag in every single game you play, and they call you check, and if you don't, they kick you.
Identify.
I'd be happy being kicked from that.
That's way too funny. I want to kill the Scent with a 50 cal. It's over here.
And there's all the drama with training documents.
Oh no.
We did find another group just like giving training documents to everyone and were very confused at what they were doing.
Like, it's not just yet, but it's like someone makes all the training documents for a clan, and then he leaves the clan and goes to another one, and then the clan he left starts complaining to the new clan he's in that they're using their training documents.
Okay, let me put it this way. I've been in Eve clans that are less serious than Armour ones.
Yes.
That is a fucking achievement right there.
Yeah.
I fully agree on that one. There are some really stupidly serious
Oh, no, I've got-
armor.
I've got the best one. So I'm on a How to Train Your Dragon server, and a bunch of people came in with Star Wars clone avatars, and they had a clan name over it and their clone description, and I asked them what they were. I said, "Oh, we're a Milsim clan," and I went, "But you're fucking Star Wars." And I asked them what Milsim game they played, and they replied with Battlefront 2. I just fucking broke.
Wow.
Honestly, Battlefront 2 is the best Star Wars milsim ever made.
It is
Now you
Oh,
want
the
to go with
original
Star Sim?
Battlefront 2.
What, the old one or the new one?
the new
Old
one.
of course.
The old one is great. Yeah.
Fucking love the old
You,
one.
you just do Star Sim in armor.
They could have
so
made
much more
money if
fun.
they just.
Jumping
We
across the
actually
map.
we actually have never used any Star Wars mods in armor.
The last time we did,
We used a
had
40k
jump
mod,
troop
which was
set.
interesting.
Oh, a jump pack trooper set, trying to follow a Larty, except the jump packs run out of fuel.
Like, we tried the 40k mod like twice,
Yeah.
and it always just ended in stomping around in a Titan.
Oh. Well, I remember that,
Spitfire.
and I remember using the Vulcan minigun, and someone complained about the noise, so I was like, okay, so I jumped out of it, and then Janet unfortunately got hold of the Warhound, used the Vulcan minigun, and my ears were never the same again.
Yeah. Even when you're in the Titan, it deafens you.
Just brrrr, and I'm like, fucking Christ!
It's modelled as
At
what?
least, at least
30
it's not
mil?
like a, at least it's not like a warlord class with the solar cannon.
I have to
There's
admit,
no Warlord
in terms of loudest guns,
It's just the big humming of the.
in terms of loudest guns, the loudest gun game I've ever played was Fallout 4 with a Reverberance mod. Inside, if you fire like a sniper rifle or something unsuppressed, and you have your headphones on, good fucking lord, my ears.
That's another thing. Everyone always goes in armor like earplugs, earplugs, earplugs. I just turn down the volume.
Also,
we do have
someone on my
because
team is
Ace
called
had
Grandma Batman.
tinnitus.
Well, Ace does have that, but we
Yeah.
never ran Ace. Well, we ran
It's
Ace
like,
once.
you don't need earplugs if you don't have Ace. If you do, then it's
Like,
useful
we
because
ran Ace
everything starts
once.
fading out.
I was so confused I took it out within the same session.
That is quite
It
confusing.
needs a bit of an orientation to it, even with the basic features. It's a very big mod.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'd be able to somewhat do armor because I have at least some experience with the military and like
And
some
Milsim in
people.
general.
and Milsim in
Come
general.
join us for basic.
But
The main thing with Arma for me, and especially playing with the people on this server, is that I wish there was an option to make the game less serious.
I agree completely.
The customization, the amount of equipment is amazing. It is just the you die the moment someone snipes you with a pistol from 2 kilometers.
Yeah, and the no respawn on some game modes just broke it for us.
That's mainly because when those game modes were made, those options didn't exist in the editor.
And they've never been updated.
They've never been updated because Arma 3 is like, what, almost 7 years old now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you what,
That's why I'm really looking forward to
the
getting
weirdest thing-
Arma 4.
if anyone's
doesn't
been
allow
in
you
the
to get both
cadets or
armor
the
free
military, they'll probably agree with me. Is that like for a good part of the military, there's literally keywords, and it took me years to get out of them. In my cognition learning and training lesson, we were discussing it, and I said, "Oh, you know, I was in the cadets for about a year, and it took me years to be able to get over certain keywords." Wheel, anytime someone said wheel, I would immediately be confused to why they never said left or right. Officer, deck, words like that used to stand to attention. Usually clearing, parade and stuff like that would make me instantly go up. And it took
We
a...
really got that psychological programming in
Definitely. If I wasn't doing animals, I could probably write a program on that. And it's also probably a reason why so many people who used to be in the military often crave like-minded programs. And I don't mean political organizations, I mean sometimes games, and often forming social groups of each other, simply because the psychological conditioning. Yes, but for the most part, those armor clans aren't full of people who have been through that. They're full of people who want to be in the military but can't, or haven't been able to. And they're basically a bunch of people who want to pretend it in real life, and even though...
Get a similar sort of experience of having that sense of belonging
But it's
to a...
not.
But without being
It's not. It's...
in those situations, you're not going to be able to get
Yes.
quite as much of a bond
Yes,
with people doing it.
Yeah, they will never be able to experience marching up and down a parade ground or being in formation of 2,000 people going up and down a city square and having to salute at the right time and be in lockstep with each other, having to fire a gun in synchronization or only on semi-automatic. It's pretend, it's make-believe, and that's what makes it a little bit cringy to be... I got spotted. To me. Oh god, I almost got fucking killed there. Fucking Christ, that was a rant and a half, but like, that's why I don't think I'll be able to take Armor Milsim seriously.
Like, mainly same with me, but it's not that much because I have been in the military. It's that I've been around the military that much with both my stepdad and my mom's current friend being both ex-military.
Fair enough.
Like, I have been like probably more to the air bases close to my house than most of the people that are actually supposed to run them have been. which all ended in 2015, but that's another story.
And also the fact if I joined a Milsim clan, I'll be immediately misgendered, and I don't think I could deal with that. Oh yeah, Janet, definitely. It is the fucking cleaning and the repetitive nature. Don't even get me fucking started on cleaning duties. Oh boy. Not to mention having to sit around for hours on end to wait for somebody's authorization to do something like fucking Christ. Yeah.
Like, and again, my experiences with, like, especially the Belgian military, have only really been from the Air Force and the Special Forces, which are on that stuff a lot more lenient. To go back to Arma, this kind of got sidetracked.
How the fuck did I miss?
I was going to say we try to be inclusive and then...
I remember how that conversation went with UK regarding the inclusivity.
Yeah. We try. Don't often manage it.
I'm sorry. I am.
When I'm playing Armor, I'm playing a role.
I am. People are even, or just as much as are confused by non-binary people as they are by trans people. I mean, if I could get my voice fixed, I could probably do it, but right now I don't think I ever will be able to. Sad face. Big sad.
I'm sure you'll get there.
One day.
Like, to be honest, I've at this point gotten so used to your voice that I actually associated it with being female.
Oh dear fucking lord, you're gonna have a whale of a time.
So it's going to be a real it's going to be real interesting when it's going to, like, go up in pitch 15 times. That's also one of the things I'm hoping for Arma 4, that they actually have in-game vanilla female models.
It's got to the point where we've had to add them to the quality of life mods.
Like, I don't really know why they weren't in the first place.
The first thing that's going to happen is that there's going to be porn.
I was going to say, generally at the time, Arma was focused on somewhat frontline troops, and most, if not all, militaries didn't have frontline female soldiers until somewhat recently.
Oh.
Like, especially back then, the gaming crowd was also, like, a lot more just men,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially for that type of game.
Yes.
So, from an economic standpoint, it didn't really make that much sense to put the time into making those models back then.
Yeah. To be fair, they were too busy getting arrested for
A Greek airbase.
Yeah, that they were really having trouble with that back then.
Yeah, Janet, I remember that the even though the spiffy uniforms and everything, but what was it? I remember, even though we had very spiffy uniforms, they were very thin. So any time in the winter where you'd have to wait around waiting for the group captain's orders. No, sorry, the captain's orders. Group captain's one higher up.
Wait, you didn't
there
get
were-
winter uniforms?
No.
Why are you worse equipped than the Belgian reserves?
We would like literally just stand out there waiting for orders and be shivering, and then when it turn to like take a. I mean, like I know that the army cadets had a much rougher time, but they were all fucking idiots, and for some reason the sea cadets were made of 12-year-olds.
Because everyone else at Soldier had gone out to sea.
Who then all turned into SBS troops and now
Identify
retook
target.
that ship.
Yeah.
The SBS memes are pretty good, to be honest.
Like, how little preparation could you have made to not know that?
What do you mean I'm fucking spotted?
Identify.
Really?
Like,
God,
your master plan.
fucking- I just realised it's an Altave electric engine. I need to get out of here immediately.
10 minutes away from a military unit that is best equipped to take it back from you.
Yes. The SBS is actually better than the SAS. Prove me wrong.
Depends on what situation.
Every single situation.
I'm not sure if SBS would have pulled off Iranian embassy siege quite as well, but I don't have personal experience with either group.
I have
Identify target.
Renner's dad is Spec Ops. I think he was Green Beret or Delta Force, and they are incredibly lax. Then again, there's a reason.
There is such a difference in how you behave between special forces and the regular military that they're practically two different worlds.
Identify target.
Yep.
But there's then also the added danger and
And the
time
fact
away
that you'll
from
be called up
combat
to far more
combined
high-risk
with-
things, so... Does this have a collision modeling turret? It does not. That's good. I mean, we know they're going to move up on us, we just don't know when.
And there's also the extreme growth US Special Forces has seen in the last 20 years. Going from around 3,000 operatives to close to 70,000.
Can't be anywhere near the North Korean special forces.
You mean the regular army? Like, didn't they, like, count every single one of the regular army as special forces?
I think they have special forces mixed in with infiltration units.
Those are their special forces.
Identify.
Fucking sense spotted me.
Their entire special forces doctrine is geared to infiltrating the south and causing trouble in preparation
Oh,
for a actual invasion.
I mean, to be completely fair, what else are they going to do?
Oh no.
Not that they have the air power to have paratroops, it's not that they have the navy to have marines.
There's still two on the cap circle. They're intent on capping this out, even though they could win this right now.
Like, the only other special forces they have are their submarine
Bet you that
troops.
Merc's gonna come over there.
Identify
Yeah, there he is.
Oh,
Found him.
North Korean submarines, but they're awesome. They're good.
They're old Russian subs.
Oh.
I have fucked up significantly! Yeah.
But it's still a sub, so if you're not...
Should have waited
actively
for it with the look.
Fine.
They've got shit submarines to go along with their shit missiles.
But they have a lot of them though.
Yeah.
And the submarine just sitting there is actually quite difficult to detect.
Oh, if it just kills its engines and just waits there for you, it's practically impossible. Unless you're actively pinging on sonar,
Like,
which
like
is how they're going to be used. They're just going to be sitting there and wait for a US battle group and then fire torpedoes and hope they hit something.
well, even if they don't hit something, that area is still going to have to be marked with, A, there are submarines here, so they're going to have to devote time and resources to clearing it out.
Yeah.
The entire point of
Yeah.
North Korea's military is just to make things difficult and time consuming.
Until such time. So they can buy enough time to either win the war against South Korea, which is like very unlikely, or until the Chinese intervene.
Yeah. I think the Chinese would actually accept North Korea just being a simple free state that is demilitarized for South Korea. Because it's...
As long as it is an independent, demilitarized state, China would be okay with it.
Yes.
Because it would still be a buffer. And that's the only reason they want North Korea in the first place.
Yeah.
China would be extremely against unification.
Yes.
And honestly, so are both of the Koreas at this point. Like, recent polls show a 60-40 split in favor of not unifying.
Yeah. Well, it's because it will take so much time and resources for...
Lift the North back up for it not to be a burden.
Yep. To mention, North Korea has a population of 25 million people. South Korea is twice as much.
The North Korean army is currently 2 million people in active service and 5 million reserve.
Actually, it's a total of 900. 40% of its population is actually in the military. It's the most militarized country in the planet.
Alright, Black Company, you're in position. Hold for air.
Why? Okay, I don't have missiles. Okay.
Like, you also have to serve a 7-year.
Trying to escape with supplies. Good work.
You also have 7 years of mandatory service in the military before you're assigned a job by the government.
Thing is,
And you are eligible as a reserve until 65 years old.
I wonder how quickly North Korea's army would break.
It would break the moment most of their armor is destroyed. Because that's what they're entirely focused around. And that's going to happen the moment they meet any air force.
Yep. Although any air
How many
force
North-
would
how many
definitely not
North
want to
Korean
be
tanks
at
are
low
equipped
range.
to an Abrams or-
Well, I mean,
It's only like 15%.
you'd have to be stupid to throw A-10 Warthawks against North Koreans, though. They may not have good AGM
They may
sorry, AA systems, but they have a lot of them.
They have a lot of Igla.
Yeah.
And it's not so much vehicle mounted as man pads.
And not to mention,
As
North Korea
only
is quite a hilly country.
15% of the, only 15% of the Sogunhos are actually equipped with the Iglas. The other ones are all HGNs. But it's not so much going to be that they're going to be destroyed by A-10 Thunderbolts, it's that they're going to be destroyed by precision bombing with just regular unguided munitions.
I don't think we have enough precision bombs in the world for all of North Korea's tanks.
Honestly, let's see how many they actually have.
On today's view of how much ERA can you strap onto something to see if it can stop a bomb?
Come on,
Just make the
Wikipedia
tank
load.
entirely out of ERA. Just forget the metal ERA.
What is your armor ERA? What's your ERA armor?
It's just ERA with like another layer of ERA behind it.
The moment you open the North Korean military equipment page and the first thing you see in country of origin is a Belgian flag.
Identified.
Really? Could you stop fucking spawning me for like 1 second, please? Thank you.
Let's see, they have 175 Type 59s. They have 2,000 T55s. They have 970 T62s. They have an estimated amount of 1,200.
This is not going well.
They have about 24 T72S. An unknown amount of Sogun 915s.
I have bounced 8,000 damage in a AFE. Okay.
They have about 1,000 poking hoes, which are upgraded T62s. They have 550 PT76s, and they have 50 PT85s.
The PT85s, of course.
Yes,
So
Dangerous
PT85.
of all tanks.
So all of these are capable of being destroyed by South Korean shoulder punch, except for the T72S.
I don't think they have enough ammo.
What is a T72S? Is it the Sport Edition?
Sporting.
No, it's T7. It's a regular T72M, but with the ERA package of the T72B.
Okay.
So it's an upgraded M variant, but the ERA would make it so that you, unless you have a lucky shot, you can't kill it frontally with the shoulder-launched weapons from South Korea. All the other ones are dead meat.
Does South Korea even have enough ammo?
Good question.
Is a Korean War, in fact, going to be the largest expenditure of ammunition in the shortest possible time?
Yes. Because that's the only way to stop the North Korean military.
What, the shock and awe? What?
No, not even shock and awe, literally just bombing the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically what they did to Iraq.
North
No,
Vietnam,
you-
actually.
Is it four?
They,
It's like 10 million fighter planes went through one gap.
yeah, they, in Vietnam, they had to rely on World War II stock to execute bombing missions because they were throwing so many of them.
The thing with South Korea is that they know this and they have been stockpiling ammunition like a madman. They probably have more munitions stockpiled than the US. Counting
To be
just
fair,
men.
who would have been selling them the ammunition?
Yeah.
Probably also the US.
No, they actually have a large domestic military industry.
Yeah.
Oh. I suppose they have to.
It's bigger than France and Germany combined in total output.
Wow.
Well, I mean, France and Germany aren't at odds with each other at the moment, so it's only natural that South Korea is going to want to. Could you fuck off, please? Not
No,
you.
they've
the
only just
game.
joined.
Sorry, Tank.
Hey, Tank. Wait, Tank's here?
Yeah, you told him to fuck off.
Oh. Oh no, I was talking about the AI!
No,
No, I was being shot at by the AI and I didn't like it, and I was on my last game.
Nuclear launch detected.
Nuclear launch detected.
Base rupture detected
Like-
on a main Halo server.
And
Like you're
all
playing
of,
Elite Dangerous in a ship. Then you
and
get
all of
that.
South Korea's military industry is based around Daewoo and Samsung. Because Samsung is one of the biggest military industrial complexes on the
Samsung
planet.
nuclear launch button by now.
So my name is trending on
I-
Twitter.
I-
You thought the Note 7 was
The
better.
Note 7 is bad. Wait till you see the quad cannon prime.
Who else would make all of the tech you put into the K1, the K1A1, A2, the K2, the Type
Nice.
6, Type 9 Thunder, the K9 Thunderer, the K21, all of it is Samsung.
Smart fridge, anti-nuclear.
The Samsung smart fridge actually has a dual purpose use. Weapon storage. The North Koreans went through the South Korean houses.
Deadline or nuclear protection.
Quick, to the Samsung smart fridge. What's in there? Food? Spaz 12s.
A lead
Yeah.
lining?
And in the
Um,
icebox, we got Glocks.
Why is
Yeah.
Harrison Ford in there?
Chewie,
You're
get
gonna
out of
need
the
him
fridge.
later.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Alright guys, that's going to be it for now. I will see you all tomorrow for more PvP where I get annoyed at the game again. So thanks for coming everybody and see you then.